INFERNAPE with HEATRAN is legit. Last month, we built a deck combining INFERNAPE with Giratina. The main reason for this combination was that INFERNAPE pairs really well with a Pokemon that can also retreat for free, as we can pivot our INFERNAPE out, tank a hit, and then send them back in for another Flare Blitz attack. Free retreat costs also pair extremely well with Dawn, the trainer card that allows INFERNAPE to Flare Blitz back to back. With Giratina, we had a 120 HP wall that could pair pretty well with Rocky Helmet, but one we couldn't really hope to attack with in a pure fire deck. HEATRAN is exactly the kind of Pokemon INFERNAPE was waiting for. With the Speed Link ability, if Arceus is in our bench, we can retreat HEATRAN for free, allowing us to pivot HEATRAN into INFERNAPE and then INFERNAPE back into HEATRAN with no energy spent. Today's deck is the strongest version of INFERNAPE EX to date. We tank our opponent's hits with HEATRAN, wear their team down, and then back-to-back Flare Blitz for the win. We run 1 copy of Giant Cape and 2 copies of Rocky Helmet. We prioritize Rocky Helmet so that we can counter opposing Giant Capes, particularly onto Pokemons like Arceus and Darkrai EX, making sure their HP stays at 140 or lower no matter what, so that they cannot withstand our Flare Blitz. Giant Cape may be a one-off, but it's crucial in the deck. If you use this tool at the right time, it will make the difference, allowing our INFERNAPE to survive all sorts of high-end attacks, including a super effective Dimensional Storm from Palkia. Our supporter cards are 1 copy of Dawn, Leaf, and Cyrus. Dawn is a staple with INFERNAPE, as it allows us to Flare Blitz consecutively. Cyrus is Cyrus, a card you play in most pocket decks nowadays. Leaf is what I like to refer to as an unfortunate necessity. This is because we run 1 copy of Arceus EX in the deck to enable HEATRAN's Speed Link, which means 20% of the time we're going to be forced to lead off with Arceus. It's crucial for us to be able to pivot it out of the bench without losing momentum. So while Leaf may seem like it's going to be a useless card most of the time, the reality is the deck is significantly more vulnerable without it. INFERNAPE is just fun, and HEATRAN is an amazing basic addition for the fire typing. As of now, this is my favorite fire deck in Pokemon Pocket. What Pokemon should I build around next? You decide. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pocket decks here daily. Have a swell day, enjoy the games, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Let's play some Monkey. Going first against Darkness, and we have the unfortunate, the worst case scenario, an Arceus lead. This is the one thing we don't want. We would like to find Leaf. This is why we play Leaf as a one-off in the deck, to essentially correct this. We run a total of 5 basic Pokemon, so, you know, 20% of the time this is going to happen. And you just kind of have to try to navigate around this shortcoming, really. Okay, they took forever. Like, we skimmed through that, but I felt like I was waiting for like a minute. What the hell? I do not have Chimchar yet, so I'm going to go for the Professor's Research first before the Pokeball. Now my chances for Chimchar are pretty damn solid. There we go. Okay, the game is lagging as well. Oh my goodness, what the hell is going on with this lag? Okay, they lead off with a Zubat. They played this Zubat, which is interesting, because they're playing Dark Energy, so I guess they don't have the other one. The moment this Zubat gets hit, our Arceus is vulnerable to Cyrus, so naturally, like, the earlier we can Leaf, the better. There's Leaf. Okay. Energy on to HEATRAN, and we Leaf. And hopefully, like, a good play for them would be to Cyrus here. Like, the fact that this Arceus is damaged is a problem, because now they can Cyrus to bring back the Arceus. They evolve into Golbat. Cyrus is what I'm most afraid of here, because we already played a Leaf to retreat the Arceus, and Cyrus would effectively be a counter here. But they pivot into their own Arceus instead, because they want to build up that Crobat. The thing is, if the moment they damage my HEATRAN, is the moment I'll be able to two-shot the Arceus. I'm going to go for one more Pokeball here before going for the research. We pick up a Rocky Helmet and a Cape. Right now, I don't want to play any of these because this Arceus is not threatening to attack me. And I'm not going to drop this Heatran because I could potentially use it with Pokemon Communication to search for Infernape. They have Crobat immediately. And they have Darkrai. But we'll be able to get rid of Arceus, it seems. Which is a big deal, as we find the Infernape anyways, so now we can actually deploy the Heatran. And I need to be wary of Cyrus still. We knocked this out. Who do we place the energy onto? We place the energy here. They may send something in to try to revenge us, like the Crobat, for example. With the 20... I mean, with this Cape, once we kill the Arceus, if they don't have another Arceus, that won't be enough to knock us out. So I am going to place the Cape here. I'm going to Raging Mass Strike, get rid of Arceus, and force him to have another one. Otherwise, the combination of Darkrai and Crobat will not be enough to knock out Heatran because of the Cape. That's the decision here. Like, I'm forcing them to have another Arceus. And I'm preparing Infernape in the back. Energy onto Zubat. They pivot in the Crobat. And they knock that out. But now, because they put the energy onto that to pivot, I can bring in Infernape, knock this Crobat out. And we have Dawn there. And I don't feel the need to play Rocky Helmet here. I'm just going to go for Flail Blitz and deal with the Crobat, this absolute threat. So they play one of each Arceus. And now we just need one more kill. And I need to place the energy onto the Arceus so I can pivot with it in case they Cyrus me. I retreat onto Heatran, but I place the energy onto Arceus. I'm going to put a Rocky Helmet onto you. And Arceus, actually. And I'm going to aim to surprise them with the Dawn. There's no Cyrus. That's huge. That was like my biggest worry. But we put the energy onto Arceus just in case that happens so we can retreat it. It would slow us down, but it would allow us to buy time still. And it's not gonna be Heatran. It's not gonna be Infernape. It's gonna be your boy Heatran. Actually, no, it is gonna be Infernape. Omega. We retreat here. Bring in Monkey. Surprise, motherfucker. Boom. 2 Crobats down. They drew really well. Like, they managed to evolve 2 Crobats super fast. But we got them with that Bamboozle. The energy onto the Arceus made them feel safe. Kind of telegraphed the dawn a little bit, but, you know, not everybody gets it. Neat. All right, round 2, Sabuko. This time we're going second against Darkness again, but we got that Heatran lead. We do not drop the Arceus. Okay, we don't play the Arceus and allow them to go for a Sabrina and lock us in. We only develop Arceus once we actually need to pivot with the Heatran for free. This is a good matchup here, having them lead off with it's the same archetype. I still don't know. I still can't believe like this is the actual way people play this deck. It's so energy hungry. Try out my Crobat deck instead. They go for a Pokemon Communication turn 1 as well, which is just not it. Unless you're hunting for the Zubat, but still, like, your chances are just not great. We are not developing anything onto the board yet. We don't want to be Sabrina here. Even if we find the Chimchar, we don't play it. We develop the energy onto Heatran. We wait 1 turn. They go for Pokemon Communication immediately after. Like, this is the incorrect use of Pokemon Communication. It's very desperate. They do end up finding the Zubat, but they don't even place an energy. What the hell? My man giving up on life. If they're not placing any energy, I have no reason to rush this. I don't need to play this Rocky Helmet either. I just need to Raging Mass Strike. Not giving them the Sabrina play. Not allowing them to capitalize. Just using this Heatran alone. It's important to assess, like, the situation and be like, okay, you know, we don't need... Because now, if we develop the second, now we can develop. Because now we play the second Heatran, we place an energy onto it, and all of a sudden Sabrina is worthless. And we have the Dawn to bypass other things as well. So now we play the Heatran. Now we drop the Chimchar. And we Raging Mass Strike here. Because if they were to evolve into Crobat and attack us, the Rocky Helmet won't make a difference. Our Heatran is enabled now, so this Darkrai is dead no matter what. I have Cyrus. And my Heatran's bulk is enough to survive the combination of Crobat and Darkrai as well. So we quite simply evolve onto Monferno. We have Cyrus in hand, which is nice. Now I think I do want to place the Rocky Helmet onto it so I can Cyrus one of the targets here. Because they're probably going to want to send in the Crobat. We place the energy onto the Monferno here. We still preserve the Arceus in hand. We get rid of the Darkrai. That's the power of Heatran leading off against Darkrai. It's amazing. Like, this Pokemon is actually really, really, really good. People say, oh, there's nothing good with fighting this expansion, but Heatran is actually incredible. They should always send Crobat to the front line because it has a free retreat cost. But this Rocky Helmet is essentially... You're taking a hit with Arceus. Smart. Use of Dawn there. We're gonna send Monferno because we may have to use Pokemon Communication onto Arceus. We have two Infernapes. Two Infernapes, one Monferno, one Chimchar. 50% chance. Do we go for it? Or do we buy ourselves some time? Problem is we play into a Sabrina this way. Let's go for the Pokemon Communication here. Let's go for it. I believe. I should not have believed. One more turn to draw it. I mean, we do have a Professor's Research and two Infernapes in the deck. Our Chimchar is enough to survive like the hits from Crobat and that. And now it's all or nothing. We have one Professor's Research and two Infernapes in the deck. Be quite sad to go down like this, but it can happen. Ah! No, it won't. No, it won't. You just gotta believe. You just gotta believe. Oh, okay. Monkey came. We called and he came. Oh, baby, let's go. We had such a good opener, but then we just could not draw into Infernape, and the Dawn play surprised me. I mean, it makes sense. If you play Arceus and you play Darkrai together, you play Dawn. I should have anticipated that. I'm still not a huge fan of this combination because you guys saw like that Darkrai was a liability for them. It's just so many Pokemon with 3 energy attacks. If you don't complete your Crobat every game, like you have very, very little game actually, which is why I really like Kangaskhan instead, just to give you something to wear the opponent down while you find your pieces and not be stuck with an EX Pokemon in the front like that. But we were about to lose because if you don't find Monkey, you're in trouble. Not me though. All right, round 3. Going second, hopefully something different than Darkness this time. No. It's just Darkness and Darkness and Darkness. Not the kind of Darkness I was expecting though. I want to build Toxicroak. The reason why I haven't done so yet, you know, it's actually my favorite Pokemon. But the reason why I've held back on it is, unfortunately, the fact that Arceus is not affected by it. Speaking of Arceus, I'm gonna place a Rocky Helmet on this to deter them from beating us in case, like, they could just have the Toxicroak, which won't actually trigger the Rocky Helmet. But if they don't and they want to attack with Croagunk, I'm gonna deter them from doing so. But I am not developing this Arceus because then a Sabrina locks me in, and I really doubt they have any way to like deal 60 damage out of nowhere. They play with Shaman. Interesting, because it doesn't work with Toxicroak. Cape onto it, okay. The good thing is we have the evolution in hand. Wow. They don't care. I guess neither do we. Now I kind of do want to go for Pokemon Communication because I have 2 Infernapes, so I can send one back and there's a chance I can get a Heatran. And they could waste like a Sabrina expecting me to lock me in with that. Because now I play the HEATRAN, but I preserve the Arceus in hand. I put the energy onto HEATRAN, and I Fiery Punch them. We didn't even get to see Toxicroak. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to make a Toxicroak deck. I'll get to it. Because we've reached a point in the meta where like not every matchup is Arceus. And it's a really interesting, like the Toxic ability, like I definitely like this Toxicroak so much better. So much more than the old one. Like the old one like really made me sad because it's just a strictly worse version of Jolteon. And Jolteon is not even like a meta-relevant card to begin with. But this one is quite unique. And I would like to explore it. And now, you know, now that every match is not Arceus, I think there's some potential for it. So let me know in the comments if that would be something you would like to for me to prioritize. And yeah, let's move on. All right. What do we got now? Something different, I hope. Water. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. Oh my. Yeah, Palkia. We're probably going to rely on Rocky Helmet to be able to one-shot Palkia with Infernape. Even though we have 170 HP, it's not as relevant as other 170 HP in the meta like Garchomp because Infernape is weak to Palkia, which hits for 150, and that's kind of like one of the high-end attacks that you're supposed to survive with that HP, but Infernape doesn't. Okay, we find pieces here. We're going to drop that HEATRAN. We're going to drop that second Chimchar because we're not so sure about this one. I may very well Leaf next turn. So I'm actually just going to hold on to the Chimchar. I'm going to resort to Leaf here to pivot and send in HEATRAN. There it is. My favorite card. Oh man, that sucks. That's awful. Let's evolve into this. Let's Leaf. And send you in. We have the Infernape already. And we have HEATRAN enabled. And when they hit us, like... They play Articuno as well, so it's all Misty. They Leaf. Wait, are they really going to send in Palkia to attack my HEATRAN? No, they're just using this to stall, okay. If I find Arceus with this Pokeball, I send Infernape in immediately. I do not. That was a 50% chance, and it did not go our way, unfortunately. Let's place the energy on you. Let's Mass Strike here. Now they can Leaf. I could knock out this Articuno, and then with a Cape, I survive that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Arceus. I'm going to pivot into Monferno. I'm going to bring in Infernape. I'm going to put a cape on him. And I'm going to blitz away. Forcing them to bring in the Palkia. I'm also like one Cyrus top deck away from just automatically winning. But this cape allows me to survive the Dimensional Storm no matter what. So remember what I said, you know, with cape, everything is possible. Everything is possible with cape. And with Cyrus. A Cyrus top deck would be amazing. They can pivot this Palkia into the other one. I can pivot. If they Cyrus me, I do not 2-hit KO this. But I do 2-hit KO you. So I am actually going to place the energy onto you. I'm going to Dawn. Rally the energy here. I'm going to blitz them again. Get them nice and low. HEATRAN threatening 80 damage here. Forcing them to pivot. Even with an Irida. Even with an Irida. And a Cyrus top deck would just make my life easier here. Significantly easier. If they have Cyrus themselves, like, then that and a Vaporeon are a massive problem for us. I have to Pokemon Communication here because if I find Monferno, I don't automatically die to that. Vaporeon kills us. Cyrus kills us. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately. But this Monferno not only protects against Cyrus, but Sabrina as well. Wait. Oh my goodness, they blundered. Oh, actually. No need to top deck Cyrus where your opponent doesn't know how to play it. Oh, they're so mad. So mad. Oh, they immediately disconnected at... Oh my God. I'll take it. All right. Second against fighting. Okay. No darkness, no water. Good. We have a little bit of a matchup diversity here. We face off against Avery Olu. We have Infernape. We do not have Monferno. But because we're going second, we have more time to draw into it. We have 2 turns to draw into it, basically. And we're going to thin the deck out of a basic Pokemon first because we want to find that Monferno. We find HEATRAN. Very nice. And HEATRAN into Arceus. Okay. with another Chimchar in there. I'm going to drop the Heatran. And I'm going to scratch the Riolu. Keep the other Chimchar in hand because I could draw a Pokemon Communication. Alright, they have a potion, okay. What else do you have? Do you have Lucario already? You do, okay. Now, because I have another Heatran, I am going to drop this second Chimchar. In case this one gets dragged back in. I'm going to bring in this Heatran. And call that a turn. They jab at us again. I don't know how important it is for us to pivot these Heatrans at this point. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to have them, but I definitely want to go for the Pokemon Communication here. The thing is, if I revenge this Riolu, they're gonna bring in Marshadow and revenge me. I'm gonna shuffle the Heatran back actually. As we do find Monferno. Nah, let me actually, yeah. Let me deny the second Lucario. It's important. So perhaps keeping the Heatran in hindsight was ultimately better here. I was just thinking about, like, my pivoting here. In hindsight, I played this wrong. Like, I should have actually dropped the Arceus. I changed my mind with the plan in the end. And I should have dropped the Heatran so I could follow it up with the Heatran, have it in the front line. While I threaten with it. The problem with this line of play is that without having Arceus in hand, the moment they take down my Heatran, my Chimchar is really exposed. But they cannot attack with Lucario this turn. I was obviously worried about Sudowoodo as well. But because I have Pokemon Communication, they're probably running Rampardos. We're gonna go for the research here. And we're gonna blitz them. Because this cape will prevent the Infernape from going down easily. The one thing we're vulnerable to is Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo will one-shot us even with the cape. But that is essentially what we're banking on here. We one-shot their entire deck with this, so we're gonna build up the Dawn. We're gonna retreat you into HEATRAN. We're gonna put the energy onto HEATRAN, and we're gonna put a cape onto INFERNAPE to protect us from Cyrus, which I'm pretty sure they have. Which I'm pretty certain they have. Yes. This cape is everything. This cape is absolutely everything. And they think they have us. They probably have double Cyrus. But oh boy. I have the Dawn. I have the high ground. Anakin. That cape. That cape was everything. Everything. Holy. Rocky Helmet is important, but oh my goodness, the cape, the one-off of cape, knowing when to use it, really showcases how in Pokemon Pocket, like every single card slot in the deck matters so much. Like the moment you change one card, like the deck may lose like a lot. A bunch of games that you would lose, you win. Like it's crazy stuff. 20 card slots, but everything is so important, and I think this session really showcased how key Giant Cape is. Even though Rocky Helmet is also very neat, because it's quite important because to counter opposing capes, so that our Flare Blitz can one shot all Pokemon essentially, even if they have a cape on. But those tools are coming in clutch, and the free retreat from HEATRAN with Arceus just flows so well with INFERNAPE. Giratina days are no more. This deck feels very legit, very fun, very intricate, but also super rewarding as well. And this is perhaps one of the best arts in the game. It's not really, nothing is Houndoom tier, but this could easily be the second best art in Pokemon Pocket. And I'm rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.